We've got Franco.
Was Sonic Youth fun? Yes, it was!
And you just did something over at the Axiom like a couple days ago?
Last night.
Last night.
I played with Bad Mother Goose. Oh! It was
a lot
unbelievable.
Cool.
We had a good old time over there.
And you're going to be playing maybe again in December, huh?
I'm going to be playing tonight at the Axiom.
Tonight.
Axiom is staying open after hours, and we're going to party until we can't party no more.
Until the cows come home.
That's right.
And then run away again.
Okay.
You want to give?
And you know what time it is?
It's exactly 12:30.
No. You know what time that is?
What time is it?
It's time to roll another doobie, Brother J. I wanna roll another doobie down Houston way. I wanna roll 'em fat and strong. I wanna roll 'em, baby, all night long. I wanna roll another doobie, Brother J. Well, I was walking down the street the other day, and what happened? When someone that I meet, they happen to say, you got some papers, you got a pipe, 'cause I got something really, 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 really nice. I wanna roll another doobie, Brother J. Lean. Who said I couldn't play lead and rhythm at the same time? They legalize it. It's time to roll another doobie, Brother J. JR, that is. It's time to roll another doobie. That's what I say. I wanna roll 'em fat and strong. I wanna roll 'em, baby, all night long. Then we can smoke another doobie right away, Brother J. What I say? Hey, that was pretty groovy. So I'm crusading against repression and oppression, and I think that marijuana been repressed and oppressed way too long in this society, and we could cure the national debt and make a bunch of paper from that instead of from the rainforests. And I say it's time to roll another doobie and tell the government to do the same thing.
Sounds like a worthy cause.
That's right. I say the cause is here.
So this is the pro-marijuana tour then? Or,
That's right. I'm talking about 3 things while I'm on tour this time. I'm talking about legalize marijuana, because we could all use a better buzz and a good time around this country of ours, especially during these depression times. And I'm talking about our mafia kingpin, drug-dealing, warmongering president, George Bush, who imports heroin from Pakistan and cocaine from South America in weekly, regular Navy convoys, and then wonders why we have a drug problem that he created so he can finance his wars everywhere around the world. And the third thing I'm talking about is food for the homeless. There's a group in San Francisco called Food Not Bombs, and I think there's a Food Not Bombs here in Houston, as a matter of fact. No? Well, there should be. And in San Francisco, they're getting arrested every week for serving fresh, hot, good vegetarian food to the homeless on the street. Well, they got the permits, they got the, the city was actually forced to make an ordinance which they could follow, right? But then the police decided they didn't like it, and they made this other ordinance that says it's illegal for anyone to share food in a public place. So it's like illegal to have picnics in San Francisco at Golden Gate Park anymore. You cannot share food with anybody anywhere. And it's just like, it's ridiculous, So it's just like, I think it's time to feed the poor and get rid of the wars and catch a good buzz, right?
Sounds like a worthy cause. Yeah, another song for you. Have to head back to the...
An old M.D.C. song, because just like he was, even though he's dead, he still is, and it's like... know that John Wayne was a Nazi. He liked to play SS. He carried a picture of Adolf, my boy, right there in his cowboy vest. And yeah, he'd string up your mama. Yeah, he'd torture your pop. You know he'd march you right up to the wall. You know he'd hang you right up by your balls. He was a Nazi. He's not anymore. He was a Nazi. Life even that score. He was a Nazi. He's not anymore. He was a Nazi. Remember the days, folks? You know that John Wayne murdered our Indian brothers, burned their villages, he raped their mothers. Now he's a-giving them the white man lord. He said, live like this or die by my sword. He was a Nazi. Not anymore. He was a Nazi. Life even the score. We'll censor ourselves. He was a blinkety-blink Nazi. You know what I'm talking about. A Nazi guy. Bless it. John Wayne, he killed a lot of gooks in the war. And we don't give a hunk about John Wayne anymore. We know his tales of a blood and gore, and he was just another pawn for the capitalist horse. He was a Nazi. Not anymore. He was a Nazi. Like even that score. He was a Nazi. Not anymore. He was a Nazi. Last verse. You know that John Wayne wore that army uniform, and he didn't like any of the rest of us that didn't conform. Well, John, I ain't got no regrets. And you know you died your long and painful death. You were a Nazi. You're not anymore. You were a Nazi. Like even that score. You were a Nazi. Not anymore. You were a Nazi. But now you're dead. Dead, 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 dead.
Hey, groovy doovy. Oh, that was real cool. So that's a good sampling of what's going to be going on later tonight at the Axiom. Well, gosh, man, that was really cool. So, so this is the the pro-dope,
pro-marijuana, legalize it.
Yeah.
Anti-George Bush.
Anti-George Bush.
Legalize the wood, get rid of the
homeless.
Legalize the weed, get rid of the bush, and let's all catch a good buzz.
Sounds cool. Well, gosh, so there's a couple records available or something, or these
That's
tapes?
Right.
Looks like one is called Franco is Back.
He's back.
And
it's at the record, at the Sound Exchange, along with my Franco is Back, Take It to the People World Tour t-shirts in Anarchy Black. For all you groovy grooves.
Pretty fashionable.
That's right.
And there's an upcoming tape called Through My Eyes.
An upcoming album, etc. called Through My Eyes.
Cool.
Through My Eyes. Come take a little trip through Franco's eyes.
Well, that sounds pretty damn exciting.
Oh, you know, I came up with I coined a couple of phrases. One is peace, love, and anarchy. And it's the peace symbol, the love, a heart symbol, and the anarchy symbol.
It's right here on this tape.
That's right.
Hold it up to the microphone.
Peace, love, and anarchy records, and that means to me, stand together. You know, peace and love, but think for yourself. Anarchy. Don't let anybody make your rules for you, because life's too short. And the other thing I got to say is perestroika for pot. Ah! You legalize it, and I will consumize it. Hey, I'm more than a hippie. I'm a super hippie. I'm a super punk rock, post-punk, pre-industrial. Yo mama. That's right. I said yo mama.
Well, that's real cool.
I was sitting with Steve, you know, from Sonic Youth. He's the drummer from Sonic Youth.
Yep.
And, you know, he used to be in the Crucifix, right? He used to be the way rad psycho drummer from the Funks. That's right. Before, and I was saying, golly, standing here with him, I feel like one of the grandfathers of punk or something. You know, it's like, geez. But it's cool, you know.
Your hair's not gray yet, though.
Oh, it is. There's grays in
dyed,
there. Yeah. I dyed it purple, and it's still, you know. covered it up the grave. But it's all right, you know. I'm grooving, having
Hanging
fun.
in there.
I'm going to New York City, playing CBGBs, and then
That's where you're bound next.
off to St. Louis and Kent, Ohio, to celebrate the Kent State's anniversary. And
Hey, what a cheery occasion.
yeehaw!
Well, that's real cool,
Life's
man.
beautiful in these here United States.
It's really good.
So, do we have time for one more song?
Oh yeah, sure.
All right,
man.
I gotta sing you. I want to do a little country song about the country we live in. I figure if Will Rogers, Woody Guthrie, Arlo Guthrie, and you and me got together, we might write this song. It's called Racism Still Alive and Kicking in Disneyland America, KKKA. And the big concern is who's gonna win the big football massacre today. And while old George was invading Panama, back home we're all waiting on Santa Claus. Whatever happened to the honest, decent way? And what the hell's true love all about anyway? And how can anybody really have a nice day? Whatever happened to the honest, decent way? Well, when are all the good folks gonna stand up and be counted, instead of bowing down and bending over so the rich man's war can be mounted? And the president will tell you it's all for national security, but you know in your heart that that's just not true. The police will arrest your kids for trying to make things better and beat them black and blue and unconscious too. So while we're on the subject of racism, let's talk about the Houston police. The ones that won't stop beating you, even when you ask them please. Well, who's fooling who and what's going on? Well, I guess it's up to me and you. If we want to see this whole world be a better place, we're going to have to make a difference ourselves too. Because whatever happened to that honest, decent way? And what the hell's true love all about anyway? And how can anybody really have a nice day? Whatever happened to the honest, decent way? You know what? Truth is, we live in this system that makes liars out of all of us honest folks, where greed is the law of the land and generosity and caring are jokes. Well, it's throw them a bone or give them a loan instead of really lend a helping hand. And then we wonder why America's despised in almost every foreign land. You see, racism's still alive and kicking in Disneyland America, KKKA. And the big concern is still who's gonna win the big Super Bowl today. Well, 70,000 people die of starvation each day. World leaders ain't got much to say. Whatever happened to the honest, decent way? Did it ever exist? And whatever happened to that honest, decent way? And what the hell's true love all about anyway? And how can anybody really have a nice day? Whatever happened to the honest, decent? Love your mother. Father never did know best, but treat him like a brother. Honest, decent way.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw! Texas styling. So here we are with Chuck Roast and Tofu Squeezins is what they call me.
Well, man, thanks a lot, Franco, for stopping by KPFT here. Once again, man, this is at least the third or fourth time he's been down to KPFT over the many years.
That's right.
And, man...
Punk rock revolucionario.
Yeah, we'll have a good time over at the Axiom tonight. I'm sure all those young brats are going to be speeding over there.
That's
right now.
Straight from Sonic Youth to
yeah,
the Axiom.
Might as well go to the Axiom.
The Sonic Party. Woo!
Well, thanks again.
Thank you very much, Chuck Roast. You're a groovy guy. Thanks for having Houston Free Radio still free and cooking.
Yeah, well, thanks for, stopping in and making it. Well, let's see.